Yeah, we're live.
Hey, live, winning together. It's the Winning Wednesday show with April Brown Merritt. This is the real estate edition. We didn't get to put that on the on our big screen back here. How do you like the new studio?
This is my first time in here.
It's a little different.
It's different. I can't see myself, so it's very strange.
It's strange, but it's cool. You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
So, again, this is Winning Together. We bring you this show every Wednesday at 11, live at 11 with April Merritt, and this is our first time in the new studio with our new screen, and we got our producer Smith back in the house with us. It's been a while since he's been on the show with you. Yeah. So, what's changed since the last time you've been on the show?
Well, I had a little change. Got my real estate license on the 22nd.
So you got you're an official licensed real estate agent in the state of Georgia.
I am official.
What made you want to do that? What made you want to get into real estate as an agent?
Something I've always wanted to do. Always been, my first love is design and furniture and all things beautiful. And I always thought it would be a perfect compliment. And you and I were sitting one night and you said, what would you do if you could? And I said, I'd probably get my real estate license. So that was September 9th, and here we are.
So you actually marked the date. You're better with dates than I am, for sure.
I marked the date just because I wanted to know how long it took me, and it was a goal. I think we decided maybe I'd have it by June. So I kind of crushed that goal a little bit.
I did that, and I'm all about goals and writing goals down. Did you write your goal down, or did you just make a mental note of it?
It's written down on my phone.
Cool. So,
Typed in my phone, I guess you should say.
That was back in September. Now, I think was that the first time that I'd mentioned real estate to you? I know you and I have always talked about real estate. We own real estate together. Mm-hmm. We own several pieces of real estate. We own a farm. We own this office building, which is, so we have farm, we have commercial, which is what we have here. We have our single family. We have our home, residence. That's correct. And then we have a rental house. So I guess we kind of got all four of I don't know all the types of real estate, but I'd say that would be the four major types of real estate.
Yes, we do. We have land, single family, commercial, and rental. So yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I know we had talked about it, and we've been investing for a while, mm-hmm. but you have mortgage and loan experience when it comes to and mortgage single family home, right?
I do.
And so again, we talked about it often, and I'm sure I had mentioned real estate to you or selling real estate before September, or was that the first time
we mentioned it briefly a few times, but I was so into my furniture for those 3 years that I really didn't care about specializing in anything else. So, but I like to do new things, even though it takes me out of my comfort zone. And mm-hmm. It was something I wanted to see if I could accomplish, and I did. So, thankfully.
That's very important. Comfort zones, being able to get outside your comfort zone, and we do that quite a bit, and you're doing it more and more because, well, just doing this show and giving advice, mm-hmm. talking to a camera. All those things are something that was definitely out of your comfort zone when we got started.
Yes.
Yeah. But now, and I guess selling real estate, how is that outside of your comfort zone? Is it, or?
Yeah, it's definitely outside. I like to know all I can know about something when I'm doing it. And right now I'm very new. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's very new to me. I think it's something that I can catch on to very easily, mm-hmm. but it's something that I'm going to have to teach myself and learn from people that have done it for a long time.
Okay. So people that's watching, they may want to know about investing in real estate. Mm-hmm. We can speak to that. Yes. What's worked for us. We can speak to, they may also want to know about becoming an agent, because you can make money in real estate as an active investor, as a passive investor, or without being an investor, you can make money in real estate by being an agent if you actually sell anything.
If you sell anything.
Okay, so let's start with as an investor. Again, we can speak to that. We have the most experience right now in the investing side. Do you personally prefer commercial, multifamily, single family, investing as a residence you live in, or farmland? Which one do you personally prefer and are most, I guess, which one gives you the most ROI?
I mean, my initial thing would say be single family, because that's just what I'm used to being in all the time. I haven't done a whole lot of commercial. I've done some commercial design, but that's certainly been on the side of all of the residential. So I'd say I would probably be more comfortable showing that, talking about it, the features, that sort of thing. If you want to talk about ROI, I'd like to sell 150 acres of farmland.
Okay, but what about as far as the investors? So you think the farmland is the best investment for somebody that's sitting on cash? Because there's a lot of cheap capital out there right now.
It's just according to you got to buy it at the right price. But yeah, I mean, you could make serious money if you bought farmland right now, because money is low. in my face.
I want them to be able to see your face.
Money. Borrowing money is at a great rate right now. But people need money right now, so they probably are selling at a good price.
As an investor, you know, who's sitting on cash or has access to capital and looking at real estate, you would recommend farmland?
I mean, at this point, I mean, I am no expert yet, but at this point, because the housing industry is going up dramatically, the price of houses are kind of crazy right now.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you know, we were watching this morning. We were watching one of the financial shows, and mortgage applications were at an all-time high last week. I think for a single week, they're down 4% this week, but still up 16% from the same period last year. So mortgage applications are through the roof, the highest they've ever been. Interest rates basically as low as they've ever been. So people are refinancing and people are buying real estate with this cheap capital.
Yes.
Yeah. So which leads to, by the way, if I was in, and we're invested in all four of those, we said, but if I was recommending, and I'm not recommending, but if I was going to take on more capital, or if I was going to borrow some cheap capital to invest in real estate, I would still do rental. That's, you know, a single family rental is what I would do with cheap capital right now. Maybe multifamily rental, but I don't have any very much experience with that, so I turn that over to somebody else. But like our single family rental that we have is a very nice house, and that is appreciating, especially in this seller's market, and it gives a good monthly cash flow off of it. So, you know, that would, I would lean towards on the investment side, the single family rental. Having said that, there is a ton of people using these low rates to buy their first home, buy their second home, buy a bigger home. The average mortgage amount just hit a all-time high as well, right at $400,000, 390 something thousand.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 325. I don't know why I thought that.
I think it's I think it's
390.
Yep, almost $400,000. The average home price right at $400,000. That's, you know, we're from rural South Georgia. You know, we have our comfort zone, our economy, and places we're familiar with are coastal Georgia, coastal Florida. Does 400,000 seem high or low to you?
Well, for here, it seems very high.
Really? It was a little low sounded a little low to me because we, in where we live here, a houses are relatively inexpensive.
Yes.
So, and I feel like that we see a lot of 600, 700, $800,000 homes on the coast, and then right on
millions.
Yeah, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million on the coast. So there's a lot of inventory, there's a lot of homes that are less than $300,000 too. If you can, if that average is 400,000, so there's quite a bit of those. Which, from an investment standpoint, that's where your money is made on the lesser expensive homes.
Yes.
Now a lot of people look for cash flow as that's how they judge their investment. How much cash flows it gives me for every $100,000 I invest. We took a little bit lesser cash flow. You can buy a duplex. You can buy certain homes that are cheaper and maybe get a 15% return the first year right away. But those are usually less expensive homes and pieces of real estate that don't appreciate. So we like owning the nicer things, a little less ROI right now, a little less cash flow. But we will take a smaller cash flow for a nicer piece of property that's going to appreciate and definitely going to hold value. Yeah. So anyway, a lot of people are buying up houses. Inventory is low. Low inventory because everybody's getting access to this cheap capital and going out and buying homes with it, either investment or either upgrading their personal home. So it is a seller's market for sure. Across the country, seller's market. You can, if you've ever thought about selling your home, now's the time. If you live in the state of Georgia, you can help them with that.
Yes, I can.
So, let's talk about, we kind of covered a little bit about investments. Let's talk about from a standpoint. Now you're brand new real estate agent, but what did you learn from September to January when you started, studying for your test, studying for your exam? What did you have to go through, and what are some of the things that stand out to you that someone should know if they want to get into real estate as a career?
I learned a whole lot about deeds, titles, transfers. It's tons of vocabulary that you have to learn. Learned a little bit about calculations. Thankfully, that was not the part that was difficult for me. Math is a huge part of the test, and obviously appraised value and that sort of thing. But for me, it was learning ownership, what kinds of ownership. I mean, I knew a little bit of that from trust deeds and that kind of thing that we've been through personally, but I did not understand them. Still don't understand them fully, but I have a much better grasp on that now.
So it's pretty intense, though.
Oh, it's intense.
The amount of material that you have to actually learn. You can't really wing it if you want to get in. So maybe step one, if you want to get into real estate as an agent, you definitely can't wing it. You got to take it seriously.
I always say that you're a better test taker than I am. So you may be able to wing it because you're that good at taking tests. But if you're not, I found it not to be common knowledge. I should say that. I would ask you questions that you didn't know the answer to, and I feel like you're definitely one of the smartest people that I know. So you have to study, you have to know the terms, you have to pay attention. Like, you can't turn that class on. You have to do a pre-license class, 75 hours, and someone talks to you and you have to be logged in the whole time. Can't cheat. Now you can turn it on, let it play, but it is not advisable. I tried to wing it. Not possible. You have to know it. You have to study it. You have to be able to apply it. Their principle behind the test is knowledge and not common knowledge, and the ability to apply that knowledge, not just like scenarios. What would you do? What's okay? Georgia laws are crazy hard.
Really? So
what you can do, what you can't do. And there's steep penalties and fines for not doing that. Like you wanted me to go to post and do and all this kind of stuff, which we're going to do. I mean, that's what we do. But gosh, you have to be so careful. So careful.
Which is appropriate. You know, I mean, if you're going to make it where you have to pay for these, because there's fees and there's hard costs involved. Yes. And annual fees involved to be a real estate, and it can get up into thousands of dollars. Right. So, you know, if you're going to do that, it should be specialized knowledge. It shouldn't be something that just because I want to do it, that I could be able to just jump in the real estate game and just start selling and posting and buying and listing and all those things. Now, a funny story, when you started or when you were taking your class, you took one class that was just you online, and then you took a class with some other individuals.
Yes.
Some of the people in there were out. They had businesses that were totally illegal, right?
Oh,
tell me about that. Tell me, tell me. So give us an example of what some of these illegal businesses were doing that you can recommend to people to make sure they don't do.
Okay. What I also learned was, property management. You have to have a real estate license to be a property manager. So if you decide you're going to have a multi-unit complex, like some people that you know, and you hire me to fill the leases out, take the money, all of that kind of stuff, I'm supposed to have a license to do that. I can't go around for all the people here that rent homes. I can't just go out, rent homes, show homes. Now I can sit at this desk and do any kind of clerical paperwork that I need to do, but I cannot, without a real estate license, show homes and sell them for commission,
right,
or for pay. I cannot do that under Georgia state laws. And I mean, there are national laws that prohibit that as well. And this girl and I had a very straight arrow teacher. She was like, yeah, I've been managing this property for a long time and I get paid $300 to bring a client. And he was like, you do what? He said, that is strictly illegal and you should stop now. So it was just funny because I don't even know. There are probably a lot of people out there that are doing that without the proper license. And I don't mean you have to have that to sit in an office and do work for people and you collect tenant money. I did that.
If you're soliciting tenants.
If you are soliciting tenants and you are showing property, you are not supposed to do that without a license.
Pretty crazy, but she was doing way beyond just that. I mean, she was like advertising that she
pretty much had a real estate firm and she wasn't licensed.
She was an acting real estate agent, and she didn't have a license. What do they do to you if they catch you doing that?
You penalties in money. I mean, I don't think that's one that you can actually be put in jail for. Forgive me if it is, but penalties, fines, cease and desist from the real estate commission. I mean, it's pretty serious. I mean, but obviously has happened and will happen a lot, or there wouldn't be so many laws about it. But
Smith, do we have any we can't see our screen. Do we have any comments or guests today that have been following along?
Just one from Christine Jones.
What she said?
She said, just saying you both seem very low down. You need raising up a bit.
Smith, we gotta get high.
Yeah, I went and angled the camera down a bit.
Cool.
It's the desk.
So Smith, what is your favorite? What's your opinion on real estate investing, Smith?
Well, the only thing I've been doing so far is investing in real estate ETFs, like realty income.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's not too risky. Obviously, it's an ETF, so they're drawing from all sorts of different platforms, and the dividends are pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing so far.
There's a bunch of big ones out there that do that. Now, do you look into it to see where these properties are that you're investing into? Because in the ETF, they're taking on risk and taking on equity of several different firms. So,
right,
there may be 20 different firms in one ETF or whatever. Do you take a look and see who these holding companies are and who the real estate people are and what the properties are like? Or are you just trusting in the ETF?
Closer to that second one for sure. I mean, I haven't done zero research. I listen to other people and trust that they have some idea of the reputation of this one versus this one.
So are the ETFs, are they commercial backed? Are they backed with commercial real estate? Or are they backed with single family or multi-family homes? Or do you know that part?
I do not know that part.
Okay, so that's important. Let me tell you why. Okay, so commercial real estate is very risky right now because of all the businesses that are shutting down. So like when I say commercial, I'm talking about like where a company would come in and rent this building. For instance, I rented this building before I bought it. Okay, so this was a commercial property and it sat vacant for quite a while because there wasn't a demand for such a building for a long time. So I came in, we brought our people in, we rented it for a year. And then because we really, really needed it, really, really liked it, we bought it. But had we not bought it and we had built something else, this piece of property may still indeed be vacant. A lot of more commercial real estate are becoming more and more vacant because of the pandemic and because of mainly, first of all, the restaurants and bars and things like that are closing, gyms, anything that's, bad for the pandemic, that they're shutting down. So commercial real estate is very risky right now. Or should I say very, not a good investment. So ETFs are investing in commercial real estate. You should be very careful. Now there's another type of somewhat commercial. It's called multifamily. And that's where, where someone would go in and buy, a whole apartment complex that may have 1,000 doors, right? 1,000 front doors, 1,000 residences. And you have, 1,000 people paying you. So that usually is a higher, cash flow based on, the cost of the property. As opposed to what we do, which is single family, one house, one door, one family, they pay us. It works like that. Multifamily, there would be 1,000 people, or if it was 70% occupancy field, 700 people will be paying you. So the benefit of multifamily is even if there's a downtick in the number of people who are renting, the occupancy. So even if there's a downtick in the occupancy, 30%, you still have 70% occupancy. Whereas if you have one door, one house, one person moves out, now you have 0%.
And it would be a very bad investment if that didn't at least pay your loan or whatever you have.
Yep. So anyway, that's just something to consider, Smith.
That sounds great. I need to look into that for sure.
He gets you every time, don't he, Smith?
Well, let's try to get started.
There's tons of investment opportunities out there with this cheap capital. And, as you get more and more involved in the actual looking at the houses and learning about the houses, there may be some opportunities to come up that we may want to invest in. So it could work out beneficial if you're an investor and an agent.
Oh, that's a huge thing for people with rental, but if you look, a lot of people that have rental property are in the real estate business. And
speaking of rental is going to continue. My opinion is rental properties are going to increase in demand. Well,
it's very difficult to find something to rent, even in Douglas, and it's very expensive to rent a nice home.
Yep. So I think we'll be looking at that. So my prediction for 2021 is that inventory will continue to be squeezed. Prices will continue to rise. You're going to sell a whole lot of real estate. We're going to invest in some real estate. And remember, my prediction for Facebook, who reports their earnings this afternoon, is in the morning you're going to wake up, Facebook's going to be 10 to 20% lower. It's my prediction. What do you think?
You keep saying that. So
well, I was going back and listening to one of the episodes where you were in Jamaica. I think you were talking to Paul on the Monday Morning Money Show, and even way back then, a couple of weeks ago, you were already saying similar things. So
yeah,
I was kind of surprised to find that. I shouldn't be. I should have known. I mean, you of all people would be thinking about Facebook all this time.
Well, see, I have been a 10-year Facebook bull. 10-year Facebook bull. I do not like some of the things they did at the end of 2020. And so I'm kind of I'm a bear. I'm a bear, but I'm there's a 49% chance I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm a hopeful bear.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Hey man, if it drops like a rock, I'm buying some too, for sure.
And that'd be a good investment because here's my prediction, what it's based on. The fourth quarter, they lost some revenue. I know they lost a lot of revenue. And then in the first quarter of 2021, revenue spiked again. So it's a perfect chance if it does go negative on the news of loss of revenue. If they miss, again, they may not. Maybe they're better. Maybe I'm not as smart as I think I am, but I think they're going to miss their revenue estimates. Price is going to drop. Excellent time to buy because their first quarter revenue is through the roof again. So anyway, that's my prediction. What's your prediction?
I listened to you on that one. Yeah. I'll leave it there.
Well, I've been shorting them for a while, and so far it's cost me quite a bit of money. Not as much as it's cost the people who've been shorting GameStop. Woo!
No, I'm curious. When you start shorting something like that, you end up selling off the first stock that you bought primarily. It goes in that order if I'm correct. Are you losing more money at the front end because you bought in high or anything like that?
No. So when you're shorting stocks, you are executing what they call an option trade.
Oh yes.
So you don't really own it. You just buy an option.
Right.
So I was buying options to sell Facebook stock at $265, and had the price went down, the stock price went down, then my option would have been worth a whole lot more money because somebody could have bought my option and when the price was at $250 and sold them off for $275. So I just had an option to buy.
Yes.
Or an option to sell. So if you're shorting the stock and you buy what they call a put, then you're expecting the stock to go down. If it goes down, you make a lot of money. If it goes up, you lose a lot of money.
Right.
And right now it's been going up. So
okay.
I've lost. Yeah. But now
hopefully tomorrow it'll go down.
Hopefully. So here's the thing. It is a stock options are a complicated trade. And there's only about a handful of people in the world who are really qualified to do it. I'm a dummy just playing. Okay?
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Now
I do not do it at all.
I'm speculating, and I have some strong convictions on why I think it should go down. It may not. Okay, so I'm confident in my convictions. I'm so strong in my convictions that I don't care if it goes up. I'm still glad I did it because it'll be worth it if it does go down. Now, having said that, that's not a smart investment strategy. This, and I am not an investor. I'm not an investment advisor. Do not look to me for investment advice. I'll tell you what my opinion is, but don't follow me. You call my stockbroker, Russ Story. He's more than qualified. I looked at my investments with him this morning. I pulled up my portfolio there, and we're 80% cash. And I'm like, wow, that seems high. But turned on MSNBC or CNBC, and all the markets are down today. And so that's a perfect time to be all cash. His system works. Mine's speculation, right?
Right.
So anyway, don't listen to me. Get you a trusted wealth advisor. I recommend Russ Story. He's been on the show before. But I am a studied person. The things that I tell you, I do for a reason. And April will tell you I don't always follow my own advice.
No, that is 100% true.
So I'm very knowledgeable in the fact that, like, I studied the greats. I studied Warren Buffett, right? And Peter Schiff, and I studied a lot of these people who are way smarter than me. Warren Buffett, definitely the most successful investor of all time, right? Rule number one. You know what rule number one of investing is, Smith?
Never lose money.
There you go. Never lose money. So do you know how many options Warren Buffett trades?
None.
Options is a fool's game.
Yeah.
There's 3 or 4 people, literally 3 or 4 people in the world qualified and smart enough to trade options strategically and consistently and win.
So are you just trying to be one of those 3 or 4, or it's just fun?
It's not fun.
Okay, so why are you doing it? I'm so confused. Only 3 or 4 people are qualified, but you're doing it.
Right. It's like, because I have a
tell us.
I have a 51% chance of being right.
Okay. That's not odds that that's not in your favor.
Yeah, it's in my favor 1%.
Okay,
so what that means is if I bet $1 a million different times on a 51% probability, and I'm going to win. I'm going to win $100,000. Right?
Wow,
that's $100,000.
But how much did you throw out there? You
didn't. Yeah, but I won at 51%. What's 51% of 1 million?
$510,000.
$510,000. No. 510,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Isn't it?
I believe that's 510,000.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, and 49% would be 490,000.
So I made $10,000.
Okay. All right. Wow, that was worth it.
Because 490,000 times I lost $1. So I really won 20,000.
Okay.
Because 510,000 times I won. Does that make sense, Smith?
Somewhat.
You understand?
I get what you're saying. I was gonna ask, so I mean, maybe I'm just trying to defend you here. I know you say you're just playing, and obviously it's a fun game to play, but surely
it's not fun to me at all.
surely you're trying to learn from this experience as well.
No,
really?
No.
Oh my God.
I try to learn from every experience, but I'm definitely not.
Smith, welcome to my world.
I lost $10,000 last week.
Welcome to my world.
I tried to defend him.
I lost, but I made 1,000 this morning.
Oh, well, you're still 9,000 under.
Right. So 9,000.
Oh my word. You need to commercial. Billy needs to let Russ invest our money. He should not be doing it.
I'm not investing. Stop.
Thank you.
Short positions are not investments. They're they're speculation.
Clearly.
The reason I'm doing it, Smith, is because I'm
investments are supposed to be positive.
Because I'm certain that I'm right.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
I'm certain that I'm right, so I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is.
This show is revealing all kinds of things that people didn't know I deal with every day. All kinds.
We need to put my winnings back. See these ones and zeros right here, Smith.
Yeah.
That represents how much I lost yesterday.
Yeah, we know.
Actually, I won $1,000 today.
Okay.
I'm up 1,000.
Okay. No.
For the
You're
day.
down 9,000.
That money's gone.
I understand that you're Mr. Positive, but you are down 9,000.
That money's already gone.
Oh, okay.
So when I woke up this morning and at 9:30 when the stock market started trading and my portfolio went up $1,000 on my short position, I made $1,000.
Okay. I'm gonna start living by this.
I made $1,000.
That money's gone, Billy. It's okay. I know I spent it, but it's gone. Forget about it.
I made $1,000 before I ate breakfast this morning, Smith.
Now I'm curious. Do you know like what % of your investments you're putting into these short term?
Yes.
Okay.
Very small amount.
Very small. At least there's that, man. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Now the bulk of our investment, we'll get back to some serious, is our farm, our personal home, our one rental home. It's in a very good location. Our commercial real estate right here where we're at. That's the largest majority of our investment. But now here's the problem with that. It is illiquid.
Yeah. No cash there.
Right.
It is illiquid. So if you find yourself in a what they call a short squeeze, which is what I've been in with Facebook for the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
When the stock keeps rising, you don't have enough margin in your account to cover it. You have to sell stocks because they do not take real estate as a margin call.
They do not.
Mhm.
You got to fund that with US dollars, not Bitcoin. You got to fund it. You got to fund it with US dollars. And in order to do that, I had to sell my gold stock that I had in my TD Ameritrade account.
Mm.
I had to sell my gold stocks, which I really know for a fact is a hedge against inflation. I had to sell that to cover my margin calls.
Did you sell them at a gain or a loss?
Light gain, but I
least
lost
it's-
because they've been went up since then.
Mm-hmm.
But
I feel like you're doing all this online, so I can't really have a whole lot of reaction to it. I don't know about any of this.
What, you
I'm learning with y'all that all this happened.
you didn't know about my
No,
speculative.
no, and no.
And I bet he's doing most of it on his phone, aren't you?
No, his office computer, I'm
Oh,
sure.
Okay.
So, but here's the thing, Smith, just like you said. Okay, so the bulk of our investments
Mhm.
is in real
Real
estate. Okay?
Okay.
It's illiquid though. The probably the next biggest investment we have would be in our retirement account. That is in it's in stocks and bonds and cash, but it is in a fund. It's in a growth fund.
I would have said DigiNinja.
Yes, DigiNinja is our second largest investment. That is correct. And that is so you got two things there. We have two businesses. We have DigiNinja, the business entity, DigiNinja LLC, and we have Billy Merritt Marketing LLC. Billy Merritt Marketing has been our best investment, investing in all of our equipment, all these people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Payroll, we make capital investments in products, in services, payroll to grow our accounts receivable, which is the Billy Merritt Marketing accounts receivable has by far been the biggest income we have. Okay. Biggest net income by far. However, there's always cycles and fluctuations in business. So what you do with that capital that comes from there, you have to be very smart. We put or try to be, you don't put it in Facebook Shorts,
No.
but you can put it in real estate, which we've done, which is reinvesting back in the business, farm, 2 homes, two houses, and then our second business, which is the DigiNinja software. DigiNinja software has been a big investment and is just now starting to give us a return. My prediction is, as a matter of fact, you do know this, we've invested about $600,000 back into DigiNinja development, right?
Yeah.
So because I'm confident, way more confident than I am on my Facebook Shorts,
Thank goodness.
that 600,000 would turn into 6 million, could turn into 60 million. The 60 million speculation, but it's not total speculation because there is growth there. So as long as there's growth, then all you have to do is scale. If you can scale, then you can add multiples. And I know for a fact that it's already worth over $1 million because I've had 2 different investors, equity investors, trying to buy equity. Sometimes I think, man, I'd rather have your cash than, but I
No.
You don't think so?
Not the amount so far.
Wow. Okay, you see that, Smith? You see how? So she's a believer in my Facebook Shorts, correct?
No.
Oh, okay. She's not.
No.
Okay, scale from 1 to 10. Believer in Facebook Shorts.
0.
Okay, scale from 1 to 10. Believer in growing the Billy Merritt Marketing accounts receivable.
10.
10. 0 to a 10. So I know where I need to be focusing there. Okay.
We've known this for a while.
I'm learning. So scale from 1 to 10, investing in DigiNinja product development software.
I'm an 8 on it right now.
That's awesome.
Not quite a 10 because I haven't seen everything yet.
Yeah.
But I'm an 8 on that.
What about book number 2?
Book number 2.
Mhm.
I don't know about book number 2. So
What's your thoughts
it's a secret.
Well,
Do tell me more secrets.
Okay. So 4 years ago, when I started writing this book, there was no Billy Merritt marketing accounts receivable. We had a speculation that this could make a difference, and it's impacted thousands of people and made millions of dollars for hundreds of companies. So this was before we had the knowledge of the last 4 years. So I think that an update is due. An update, go back in, make it better. You know what I'm saying? The 23 rules. I don't think there's any rules to be added, but I think we can expound upon the rules with real life examples of how we did it, because when we wrote the book, we had not yet done it. Okay. What do you think? The Art of Text Message Selling 2021 edition.
Okay.
Think good investment?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 to 10?
8.
8. So she's on an 8 with the DigiNinja and the book. What about you, Smith?
I'm pretty close to there. I think I might give the book a 9. I don't think it's ever a bad idea to get another book out there. I don't see.
I just think it should probably be a completely new thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
not an addition to.
Not just an expansion.
I think it should be the successes of Billy Merritt Marketing, or I'm not saying that's the right name, but how we made the rules of text message selling work.
I understand your logic. The only reason that I disagree is because there's 7 billion people on the planet. They all have a cell phone. And there's what do we look up in the businesses? Smith. What was our numbers? How many? Was it 300 million small businesses worldwide?
Check that again to be sure.
So I'm gonna guesstimate. Okay, could be wrong. Smith's gonna give us. Smith's gonna fact check me. 300 million small businesses in the world. Okay, you got your number yet, Smith?
The U.S. is 30.7 million, and it looks like 4. Oh, that's from 2017.
That's close enough.
Well, it was saying 400 to 500 million.
So I was a little bit short. Okay, 30 million small businesses in the United States. 400 million worldwide. They don't care about Billy Merritt marketing. Okay, but they all have a cell phone and they care about making money. So if we can give them a product that will help them make money, then that book can grow exponentially. So I think the business edition, which is all the business edition, but just an updated edition, and then triple down on spreading the gospel of the Art of Text Message Selling to 300, 400 million businesses. And guess what? Okay. You ready for a, what's it called? Where you get one word, Smith? Lightning round.
Lightning round.
Oh my gosh.
You ready?
No, not really.
Okay. We'll keep it simple. True or false? Okay. True or false? You need to be texting your customers.
True.
True or false? Every small business needs to be texting their customers.
True.
True or false? Every small business needs a text management system.
True.
True or false? All small businesses and big businesses could benefit from the Art of Text Message Selling.
True.
True or false? All businesses could benefit from the DigiNinja texting platform.
True.
Okay, so that's a mission. It's more than just an idea, Smith. Now, because we know that, do you want to help people or hurt people?
Oh my gosh. I want to hurt people.
Why?
Really.
Just
That's
so
what it's
mean.
about.
That's something people are going to believe you when they
No,
watch
they're
this.
not. They're going to.
Smith, you better put
This is all you're.
You better put
This
a
is what they
disclaimer.
see.
You better put a disclaimer up and say, April is being facetious because she just says she
I'm
wants
pretty
to,
sure they know that.
I don't know. You'd be surprised what people when people in Australia are watching this and you say you want to hurt people.
Wow.
Okay, is Robert Brooker on here today? Is he showing up?
I think if he was here, we'd have some comments.
We would definitely.
We would
You got
know.
people in Canada watching. They may not have the same sense of
I'm pretty sure they can read my face and say that I was not being.
maybe surprised. So you really want to help people?
Yeah.
Okay, Smith, you want to help or hurt people?
Help people, of course.
And do you agree that all small businesses need DigiNinja to benefit from it?
Yes.
Then
yes.
it's more than your desire. It is your responsibility and your duty to make sure that these businesses get it, Smith. I'm closing with that one. It's your duty to spread DigiNinja. I didn't say it. You know what she's going to get on to me about?
Yes, of course he knows.
a lot.
All right. I think I've said enough.
Yeah, I would say so.
You've had your fun.
So if you'd like to talk to April about real estate, you know what your text number is? Smith don't have it. That's fine. If you'd like to talk to me about
912-214-8182.
put that other Smith.
Okay.
We'll do a little commercial.
No.
No. Yeah. We'll do a little commercial.
That was 912.
214-82. 8182. Sorry.
8182. Oh, that's not a ticker. My apologies.
Yeah. You can put it on on the screen, not behind us, are you?
I'm sorry. 214-8212.
8212. All right. Good thing I didn't get it ready. Booyah.
Got it? Or you
Yes,
got it?
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm here with April Merritt. She is the real estate agent for South Georgia, the premier real estate agent for South Georgia. She's last.
Cut.
You ready? You ready?
Oh my gosh.
Hey there, it's Georgia Real Estate with April Brown Merritt. We got to get one out there.
Oh.
Hey, April, so you're a new.
Okay, we'll try this another day.
Let's wrap it up. See you guys tomorrow.